Welcome back, Rams. I'm Jacky Wilson, and you just turned into CTV Talks. This week, we're asking students how they're dealing with the trials and tribulations of the first couple days of second semester, and then catch this week's weather updates with Austin Harley. But first, let's meet the great group of CSU students that are here to join us tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Would you mind introducing yourselves to the audience?
Yes, I'm Austin Simpson. I'm a sophomore English education major.
And I'm Taylor Hale, and I'm hospitality management.
Very cool, very cool. So guys, it's a new semester. There's lots going on. New teachers, new students, new classmates. Tell me, how are you handling it?
I'm handling it great. I have a really great feeling about this year, and so far it's been a really cool week and a half, and I feel like I have really interesting courses, and I'm pretty stoked for this year.
Good, yeah. How about you?
It seems like it'll be a good year. The snow is making it feel like we're already like 3 months into this for some reason. But yeah, it should be a great semester, and I'm excited.
I'm so over the snow already. But speaking of the snow, you just had, it's January, just had New Year's resolutions come up. Anything driving you this year?
Do better in school and in life, I suppose.
That's always a good resolution to have.
Right?
You can't go wrong with that one.
Do better in life. I can't really disappoint myself unless I do worse in life.
Exactly. And there's so many ways to go about doing that. I like it. I like the strategy there.
And my New Year's resolution was pretty general, as was everybody's, to get in better shape.
Super
and so
fit.
Yeah, get super
bulky,
fit, just
juice up.
killer in shape, and I'm off to a good start. Been doing yoga and going to the gym just about every day. And
oh, cool. Do you go to the gym on
really
campus?
Good. Yeah.
You have to be careful when you go, because like 3 o'clock, it's just hopeless.
Oh my gosh, it's
just
insane.
packed.
Yeah, and late at night too, it's pretty bad.
Oh my gosh, so
Yeah.
funny story. I was at the gym the other day because I'm on this thing like New Year's resolution, maybe I should get healthy and stuff. So I'm at the gym, and you always hear about like guys hitting on girls at the gym, right? It's like a stereotype you see in movies, but it actually happens. This guy jumps off his treadmill, and I'm like on the ellipticals, doing my thing. And right in front of me on these 2 treadmills, this guy like gets off of his and goes over to this girl and like taps her, and she pulls off her earbuds, and he's like, "Hey, my treadmill broke. Can I like run next to you?" And she's like sweating and gross. I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." Puts him back in, and he's still like trying to talk to her and like get her number. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's so funny. I would feel so awkward if that happened to me.
I know. Like, how do you get rid of people like that?
Yeah.
I love the guys that are just constantly looking in the mirror. Like, no matter what they're doing, they're lifting curls, and they're done. They set it down, they like look at themselves, like, oh yeah, I'm looking good.
Those guys are always there too. It definitely cracks me up.
And then they'll look around to see if anyone else is like looking at how awesome they are and stuff. It's hilarious.
So funny. It's awesome to see all these like new impressions coming about. Like, everyone's got these first impression stereotypes they really feel like they need to fill. And I mean, that even is true in the classroom. Like picking your seat, for example. Like, how do you pick what seat you're going to sit in the lecture?
Well, I pick it depending on how I feel that day. If I'm feeling fresh, got my solid 8 hours, and I want to strike up a conversation, I'll look for somebody who's not glued to their iPhone.
There you go.
And could have some human contact. And
Oh, I like it.
Maybe I'll sit towards front center if I'm really feeling ambitious that day, or if I've had a long night, say, and I'm not feeling so great, I'll definitely head towards the back.
Oh, for sure. And then there's the whole coffee aspect. If I've had coffee, I feel social, but then I'm like, oh, but my breath, maybe I shouldn't. Lots of factors into that whole thing. But then once you pick a seat, I feel like you have to stay in that seat.
Yeah, I always bounce around. I don't know. If there's someone I know in the class, I'll sit next to them. If not, I'll just jump from seat to seat.
So are you the one that's sitting in my seat when I get there?
Probably.
And I'm like, this is my routine.
Me.
What are you doing?
That's me too. I always have a new seat every single day.
Oh no, I can't handle that. I can't handle that. I'm in the one-seater, the front and center seater, and I don't allow anyone to like intrude on that.
You get different perspectives depending on where you sit in the classroom. Switch it up every
Maybe I'll
day.
switch it up. A new resolution. Very cool. So, I mean, you said you sit next to some friends you have in the class. What if you don't have any friends? What are some suggestions you might have to maybe make some new ones?
I feel like I'm a pretty outgoing person, so if I come into a classroom and I don't know anybody, I'll just sit down next to anybody, any stranger, and just start off asking their name and see how friendly they are. You can tell right off the bat, I feel, if people are up for like a conversation and making new friends.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us, guys. After the break, we'll be back with some more CSU students to hear what they really think about coming back to school. Stay tuned.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
The great outside.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
So shiny.
We both love the outdoors.
That's not a flower.
And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back, Rams. We're here again with a whole new batch of CSU students who are ready to tell all about their first couple days back on campus. Feel free to introduce yourselves, guys.
I'm Beyonce.
And I'm Jay-Z. Just kidding, if you can tell. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Hannah.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're talking today about coming back to school. Some first impressions, some general questions. So let's start off with the top. Where are you going to sit when you go into a lecture?
Well, my first 3 classes, there was 1 seat available. So I pretty much went to that seat, but there was that awkward moment of, looking around, recognizing faces, but you got to go sit where you have to.
Right.
Yes,
It's predestined for you.
It was.
I feel like everything's okay as long as you don't sit in front of someone that you're trying to impress or you think you might want to be impressing, because you can feel their eyes on the back of your head.
Right.
Other than that, you're safe.
And what if you have bedhead? What are you going to do?
Right.
You're
Then you just
right
got to be in the back. Yeah.
You got to. I see what you're saying. I like the strategy there.
Right.
Now, give me some tips if you're trying to impress somebody next to you.
I think if you're trying to impress someone, don't have coffee that morning.
Okay.
Also, maybe spritz some cologne and come with maybe like some good conversation topics.
All right. I like it.
I think always come prepared, I want to be that person that has that extra piece of paper, got a pen. You need one? Just have it lurking.
Oh,
yeah.
I like lurking.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice,
yeah.
a nice phrase.
You need a pen, piece of paper.
Got it.
Any gum.
Just have it right here.
Yeah.
In front of them.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way
you want to be needed right away.
I like it. Very nice. Now you said not to have coffee, but we have so many coffee places on campus. Where do you think the best place to get coffee is?
I cheat. I bring a massive thermos every day, and I drink 2 of them, and I refill it. But when I refill it, I go to the BSB because I feel like that's the best.
But then you're sitting in the back for the coffee breath.
Yeah. I'm not impressing anyone that day.
You're done.
I think the coffee line is also a great place to meet people. You're in between classes, we just came from the same one, let's walk together.
And you can lurk a little more.
Yeah, a little lurking.
A little lurking.
Want some coffee? Maybe I'll buy you one.
Are you walking behind them during this, or next to them, in front of them?
I don't know, behind them, listening to their conversations, so you can kind of be their favorite person already.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You're
very
such
nice.
a socialite.
I guess so. When I want to be.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, are there any parts of campus that you're really trying to avoid at this time in the semester?
I don't know. It's only the 2nd week. I think there's already those people that I'm running into that I don't really want to.
Oh, yeah.
There's those kind of people.
Definitely.
Yeah. But
I can see that.
I just kind of take a different route, and with all the construction, you can do that.
It's true.
Yeah,
There's
it's hide and seek
everywhere.
Yeah,
hide and seek for your lurking habit. I love it. It always comes back to that. Hannah, this is great. I'm going to be looking for you. It's where's Hannah instead of where's
lurking.
Waldo.
Hey.
I like it. I'll be lurking.
A new game.
How about you? Any places that you're avoiding?
I feel like it's not so much the construction. I think I'm avoiding Clark A with Subway and spoons in there because that's that could be damage to
that's a killer.
My New Year's resolutions,
Oh, absolutely.
Which is what? What's your New Year's resolution?
Well, I'm just trying to stay away from junk food, and the cookies at Spoons are awesome, so.
So good.
Yeah,
I
enough
know.
said.
What about you? Do you have any New Year's resolutions right now?
I don't know. I'm kind of all about me this year. You do you, boo, and just feel it out.
I like it, Beyonce. It's very nice. I know. I tried to have a really ambiguous New Year's resolution this time just because I don't want to have something I'm not going to be able to keep up with. So I want to be able to have an ambiguous resolution, hey, I'm going to be happier and healthier. And that way, if I drink an extra cup of water, I'm already doing it. Or if I have a cookie, I'm that's going to make me happy.
You're really impressing yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, no expectations, you'll always beat it. Don't write your resolutions down.
Keep the bar low.
Yeah.
You can always exceed it.
That's my
the way I
motto.
feel. Well, you're coming back to classes. Some people's resolutions are to do better in school. Do you have any tips for that?
Just doing better in school.
Yeah.
I feel like your professors should maybe know your name if you're trying to do better.
Nice.
That's true.
Also, don't skip the readings and don't stay up late watching YouTube videos.
That's really hard to do. What are some of the ones that you're watching lately?
Well, I like a lot of bloggers and the viral videos. I really liked the remakes of Beyonce's music videos right now. That'll get you going, especially with the like recommended for you on the side. It's a black hole.
Why do they do that to us? Yeah, it's a spiral. Sometimes I like watch a little Ellen video, and then it's like all of the Ellen videos, and then it's like, when can I be on Ellen?
Right.
So yeah, it's
You're
hard.
waiting for your time.
Well, guys, I'm so excited to see if these resolutions come through for you. Don't get sucked in. It's really hard, but thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was really great to hear all of your opinions. And after the break, we'll be back with this week's weather update with Austin Harley.
Take my hand and start a brand new day.
Underneath everything we are all people. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Welcome back from the break. I'm Austin Harley, and it has been quite a January, if you ask me. Highs in the 60s, highs in the 20s, snow, wind, sun. We've had it all, and it's still not over yet. February might be just as crazy. 30 degrees here in Fort Collins right now with cloudy skies, and some snow flurries may begin to fall in a few hours. Wind chills around 20 right now with that wind out of the west at 9 miles per hour. That's bringing in a storm system tonight to the mountains and probably maybe a little bit to the plains, but we won't see the majority of this storm system until tomorrow. 24 is the low here tonight in Fort Collins. Actually, we won't even feel that cold until tomorrow morning around 8 a.m. So that wake up is going to be quite frigid for most of you on your way to your 8 a.m., 9 a.m. classes. 33 for Denver, 20 in Vale, and out on the plains, we'll see 13 in Lyman, 24 in Lamar. All of these cold temperatures are ahead of a system that is pushing in from the west, streaming moisture from the Pacific Ocean. It is a complete switch in what we've seen over the last month. Over the last month, as I said, we had this high pressure on the east coast sitting over here on the west coast. This low pressure has finally pushed out the strong high pressure system that's sitting here, and that means we are in for some moisture. With this system, it's streaming, pipelining moisture right from the Pacific Ocean, and the mountains are going to get a lot of snow over the next few days. We're looking at upwards of 3 feet of snow in the higher elevations and possibly 6 to 12 inches down here, depending on your location. That'll keep temperatures very cold for tomorrow, especially in the mountains. That snow cover holds the heat in and cools those temperatures down. 31 in Vale, 35 in Gunnison. Here in Fort Collins, we'll be seeing temperatures at around 39, but that's going to be definitely decreasing. We'll see that probably peak earlier in the day, maybe 11 noon, before it starts to decrease as the snow falls around 3 o'clock. 41 in Lyman and 40 in Burlington. Cooler for the weekend, as you can see in the forecast here. We'll have 48 for, that was today, 42 on Thursday, and then that system, we're looking Thursday night, Friday for the most of it. We're looking at 6 inches for Fort Collins, but depending on where the jet stream is, we could see 6 to 12 inches anywhere between Denver, Fort Collins, and Cheyenne. So just keep that in mind over the next 24 hours. We don't know where it's going to fall. And for an update on the Super Bowl, we'll have 38, mostly cloudy, and light winds from the west. Good playing weather for the Broncos. Thanks, and have a good night.
Thank you so much for those weather updates, Austin. Well, it's been great learning about what students really think about coming back onto campus. And remember to join us next week for more CTV Talks. Have a great rest of the week, Rams.
Cracked out a secret
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
I wouldn't use this one.
He helps me with my decision making.
Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.